Okay, I'll call the meeting to order. Present are our new member. Welcome to our new member. Is your name Virginia?
No, it's just Jenny.
Jenny King. And Steve Fram is absent. I'm going to ask that the minutes of the last meeting be held off until Steve can be here.
Okay.
Okay, so the first order, 281 High Road. Want to introduce yourself?
Sure.
I think Jenny's
For the
met you.
record, my name's Bob Grasso from Engineering Land Services. Welcome to the board.
Thank you.
Look like you've been out in the sun.
Oh, yeah. Too much. 281 High Road, right?
Yep.
Yes.
That's it.
Statue. All right, this is, it's an existing 3-bedroom dwelling lot located off High Road. Cottage Road is over here. It's across from the green, the lower green. The existing system exits the house right through underneath the porch is a septic tank, underneath the deck to a leach pit located right here. Their existing well, they have rights and easement on this lot, which is shown right here, and it connects to the house to this side. There's an abutting well on this lot, and it's over here, and that's the 100-foot wetland well setback right here in purple. What we're proposing, we were out there with Debbie, we conducted 2 deep holes, number 1 and 2. We sent the soils out because it was saturated to soil analysis to Penn State University in Pennsylvania. What they do is they take the sample and they put it in the sieves and they bake it and they shake it, and then they tell the amount of silt, sand, and clay, and then they concentrate the soil that way. That's in lieu of performing a percolation test. That tells us the size of the system. But there's 2 factors when we design a system. Is the water table tells us whether it's in the ground or out of the ground, and the percolation rate tells us the size of the system, how big it has to be. What we're proposing to do is re-plumb in the interior of the plumbing to come out the side here and do Schedule 40 PVC pipe gravity feed to a 1,500-gallon holding tank down to a D-box to a Presby system, which is it's a system that's a conventional system they consider as pipe and stone, 4-inch pipe and stone. This is a 12-inch plastic Presby pipe. By using this system, you get a 40% reduction in size, which is less impact on the lot and less sand materials, grading, and all that. So it helps the owner on repairs.
Yeah.
I typically don't use these on new construction, only on repairs, because obviously the house and the garage are all, they're existing, so you have to work around existing conditions.
Right.
There is a driveway that goes like this there's a driveway easement to the rear lot here. So it's basically it's a lawned area, it's fenced in. They'll be accessing it through, when they construct it, they'll be coming through here and then taking down the fence right here and then constructing it through here. They won't be coming down through here.
So the existing, what are we doing about
The leach
this?
pit will be pumped. It's a concrete structure. We pump, crush, and fill, and then left alone.
And that
the
all,
same with the
yeah.
septic tank. They have an access hole to it. They'll pump it, and then they'll just fill it with sand. So in other words, once they pump it, if they left it, just in place, it would eventually dry out, crack, and then it would crumble, which is unsafe. So that's why they fill it with clean fill.
Yeah, I was just wondering if they ever intend on making that part of the house at the sun.
No, it's, they've done so much alteration to this house over the years. I think they're done.
Oh, okay.
It's a very large deck in the back, just one level, just stepping. So the system will be elevated above the existing grade, roughly about a foot on the back side here, and we'll go into is slightly flat and it slopes like towards the fence right here. So we're just gonna elevate the back of it. And then we also, when we use a liner, it's a 40 mil poly liner. It's 5 feet in depth. And what it does is typically on a system, you go from the edge of the system, which is right here, and you go up 15 feet at a level with the top of the pipes, and then 3 to 1 down. But when you use a liner, you can go 5 feet out and then 3 to 1. So we're saving 10 feet of fill, 10 feet of, say if this was a really raised system, 10 feet of fill is a lot, but for that, the size is 52 by 12 feet wide. So the waves.
How long does that last, that liner?
The line is plastic. It's a 40 mil poly line. It's thick. It's just like a plastic bottle. It never goes away.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering how long.
Yeah. So the variances we're asking for, because it's a reduction in groundwater separation, that means where we found the groundwater from 4 feet to 2 feet, which is allowable under the Presby approval through DEP. And then the percolation test in lieu of, because of existing conditions and saturation of the soil, we sent it out to Penn State soil analysis. So that's the 2 variances we're asking for.
Okay. Do you have any questions?
Thanks for the explanation.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you understand about the Presby system? Did you have any questions about that? It's a relatively new system.
No, it's been
Well,
about
for
30 years.
Yeah, but for us in Massachusetts.
Oh, Massachusetts about 15.
Yeah,
Yeah, about 15 years.
Yeah.
They use them actually worldwide.
right.
They use them in commercial, industrial, residential, hotels,
Yeah.
where they're in need of size reduction in
Right.
septic systems. They actually, in New Hampshire, they allow pipe on top of pipe to even cut down the square footage area.
Right.
Like Massachusetts only allows 1 level, with
Yeah.
6 inches of sand below it and 6 inches above it.
Mhm.
But in New Hampshire, they actually come out, they were patented in Whitefield, New Hampshire.
Yeah, they've been using those for a long time in New Hampshire.
Yeah, and
Yeah, I know.
they actually came up with a configuration where you can stack pipe on top of pipe. So in other words, instead of going out double, you can actually just use this size and then pipe on top of pipe.
Mhm. That's where I heard
It's
about them.
unique, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't have any problem with that. So this needs to go to the Conservation Commission?
No.
No, okay. So I need a motion. You'll make the motion?
To approve the plan as submitted.
As submitted? Okay. I'll second it.
And with the variance request.
All in
Yeah.
favor?
All in favor? Aye. Okay.
That was simple.
Yeah, I think we're fair.
So, and I can explain a little bit of it. So basically, they call it a repair, but it just means that there's an existing dwelling on the property. And that's the only time you'll see a designer come in front of the board is when they want a variance to either bring the system down out of the ground a little bit, or if it's a setback from whether it be foundation or anything, it comes in front of the board, and the board would, and they usually, this is their last alternative. I would review it, and if I felt, geez, you could move something, then they would work with me, and then it'd be like, this is the last resort, the wells are too close, this and that. You come in front of the board, explain it, and then they're pretty much would get approved by the board. You would never see a new subdivision or a new construction of an existing house because they have to comply 100% with Title V, meaning they can't ask for any setbacks. They have to be able to fit it in, or they can't build a new home. So that's why you'd only see ones that are either a tight lot, or they can't fit it, or things like that. So I just wanted to explain.
Okay. So you doing the other one too?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
This is 33 Spring Hill Road. Is that the next
Yeah.
one?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's Spring Hill Road, it's corner of Moulton, it comes off Moody, way down the street down here.
Yeah, okay.
It has a driveway, it has an existing well here.
It's a really small lot.
It's a small lot, it's narrow. There's an existing trailer there right now, it's a crawl space trailer. It's a 2-bedroom here, and it's connected to a garage with a bedroom above that. So it's total of 3 bedrooms. So what he wants to do is, they have the Title V that failed. The existing, there's a sewer line that comes out from the trailer, underneath the ground, to a septic tank here, and there's also a line that comes from the garage, goes through the garage floor, and then goes into the tank here, and then somehow there's a leach pit over here somewhere. Wherever when they're gonna dig it up and find it and crush it, whatever it is, I don't know what's there. It's somewhere there. There's no records of it, but there's something that leaches up to this spot right in here. What they're proposing to do is, well, here's the 100-foot well setback that you can't have a septic system within the purple line. They're gonna raise the existing 2-bedroom trailer dwelling, and they're gonna rebuild like a normal house, but it's gonna be up above grade, and we'll have a crawl space. It won't have a cellar. It'll just be up on concrete, but with no cellar floor. It'll just be for utilities that go down through the ground. And then they're also proposing a wood deck. He has to submit all these plans to the building inspector to have that permit to do that. So when he raises this, he will plan on building this. It's 27 by 48, one level with a wood deck. We're replacing the old tank with a 2,000-gallon combination. The 1,500. It's one tank. It has a holding tank and a pump chamber. So when this fills up with a gallon will go in the pump chamber. And once it fills up to a certain level, the pump will go on and pump a cycle up to a D-box into a Presby system shown right here, and that's 47 by 13 feet wide in green. And then it will be elevated above the existing grade due to the water table. The elevation is roughly at 97, and the finished top level here will be 120, so that's 3.8 feet above the existing grade. So it's going to be 4 feet up higher here above the ground. And then we're going to use a liner around it to limit the amount of grading, as I explained before. And that will be sloped here, and then sloped here, and then it'll be sloped here, out front here. So it'll be level here, and then we'll go up like this, level, and then go down like that, and be down like that, and down like that. The waivers that we're asking for is reduction from 4 feet down to 3 feet. The reason why I didn't go down to 2 feet is because we had some large boulders in there. I was worried about that, just in case. I wanted to get it a little higher above the water table. Well, I was allowed down to 2 feet, but I just felt it was safer to be 1 foot up higher. And then the percolation was also, we dug those holes, Deb witnessed those, and there was some large boulders in there. It was too deep to go down in there for safety issues to do a perk test. I was concerned about my safety on that one.
Yeah, this is really marginal.
I wasn't that worried.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you didn't have to go down.
Yeah, she's on the top,
I
and
would
then
have
I'm
been
looking
here.
down, and there could be boulders coming down on me.
This is a marginal lot. I mean,
Yeah.
it's 43,000 square feet.
Yeah, it's an acre.
Yeah, but it's
Roughly.
still, that's a marginal area.
Mhm.
I'm amazed that the old one worked.
Yeah.
What were the variances again you were asking?
Reduction from groundwater from 4 to 3, I didn't go 4 to 2.
Yeah.
And then the percolation rate.
Same as the other two.
Yeah, same.
So,
But I didn't ask for the 2-foot reduction. I asked for
but it's tied up to the Byfield water, right?
yes.
Yeah.
No, this is
No,
a
no.
private well. I'm sorry. It's a private well. Yeah, so we're a great distance. We're 79 feet from the tank, which you only have to be 50. So that's, say that's 100, and that's,
How many feet from the well?
let me see the scale. Let's see.
Did we test the water?
You can have it tested.
Yeah, Yeah, I think it might be a good idea.
You can ask them to,
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
required.
It's
though.
not required.
It's not required, so I don't know if we can require, but we can recommend it. You wanna
Oh, yeah, I
recommend?
think I'd recommend it. I
Recommend.
thought he was tied into, isn't he
No.
in the water district there?
No, they're all on wells on the whole street.
If is he flipping this house?
No,
Okay.
no.
No, it's not.
She's-
So, yeah, we can
She
recommend.
actually owns this and then she's
We can
actually.
recommend it, but they are
The
meeting
kids are
setbacks.
gonna live in this house and the owner is still gonna live there. So
Is
it's not,
this the one?
what's that, yeah, this will die.
Yeah, they're all, this what's in there.
Yeah.
I think I would recommend the well.
Yeah,
water
we can tell them that,
district.
recommend well placed.
Yeah. Do you have any questions?
Seems complex, a little maneuvering.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'll learn,
Yeah.
you'll,
They'll probably come in, tear down the house and then build a system and then come back out and work this way and then build a foundation and then just tie the tank.
Yeah.
They'll do that instead of going all the way around like this. They'll just take this out, build a system and work backwards and work their way out.
Yeah, it'll be a big improvement.
Oh,
you know,
big, yeah.
Yeah, than what's there. But I think, you know, they should check that well.
You recommend?
yep.
Yeah,
I did
just
that, recommend well
recommend
placed.
them all.
Yeah, I agree.
Um,
Doesn't hurt.
Just for their own
Yep.
sake, she.
Sure. Is it a drill well?
Yeah, it's a deep, it's
Yeah.
a well kept.
Okay.
It's
Oh.
a dug well, it's a deep.
Deep well?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's good. That makes me feel a little better.
It's rocky up front. too.
It's
There's
that
some
whole
big
area.
boulders hanging out here and there and all over the place. So
That whole
that's-
area is really.
So then it's
rocky.
probably a deep well.
Yeah. Okay, is there any other? Okay, do you want to make a motion?
Let's make a motion to approve.
I'll second it with that recommendation is made.
Recommend well, yep.
All in favor? Aye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
You're
Bob.
welcome.
Stay dry.
I want to go to the shoe sale.
Yeah, that's true. What, Hyman's?
Yeah, Hyman.
Oh, they having it now?
Yeah, it's
They have it every
early
summer,
this
right?
year.
Yeah.
No,
They do have
no.
good stuff. They do have good stuff.
Yeah, well, I have a hard time getting shoes that fit my feet. I have small feet.
Well, it's a nice quick meeting. We only have, just to give you updates of, real
Thank you very
quick.
much.
Okay,
Just real quick updates of what's happening.
okay.
Which is good news is that the two hoarding situations that we've had the last few months, they are both now, both cases have been resolved. One of them, we will be, one of them, the family members have taken over, so that one is totally all resolved. The other one,
Which one is that the one where the man passed away?
no,
Oh, okay.
no, these are both female occupants, but this one here, so one of them, I get the family's taken over, that one's been resolved. The second one, she's totally complying with us. We are gonna re-inspect, we decided to do quarterly inspections to make sure she keeps up with it. So we'll be going back out there this fall. We have a time, I don't remember if it was September, October that we're set up for her. But they both were cooperative, and so right now, both housing cases have been closed. We're just busy right now, soil testing, septic system installations are really busy right now. I have to actually do another inspection today on High Road. And then food, just got all our food inspections all caught up for the rest of this year. We do have to go back on one for some minor violations that were scheduled for the second week of August. Besides that, there's nothing really to report to the board. I do have the new Massachusetts Association Health Board. It used to be that big thick book. It's a big thick book, and it's written by the state attorney, kind of just telling you like what the boards of health role is and what type of your jurisdiction and like what we are allowed to do and what we aren't allowed to do. And that comes in both. I actually printed out a couple of books in case you wanted a book, hardcover book. If not, I can also email you guys the link, and the link is just literally the whole book on one
Rather
PDF.
have the book.
Okay, I'll grab it to you today then, and I don't know which way you prefer. I personally just do it on my computer PDF, but if you want, I have the book.
I have too much.
Yeah, it all depends if you like to read the reference. So I have 2 books down there if you want, each want a book, and I can still send you the PDF too. I can do that both, the link on both. So it's actually quite interesting if you ever have to look something up or be like, are we supposed to do this or that? It really helps that way. And then anytime you feel something that you really want to put on the agenda that you feel that the board should really know, let me know. Right now, we were meeting every 3rd Thursday at 2 o'clock. Our meetings don't normally run more than, half an hour to an hour latest,
Yeah,
I would think.
depends.
Yeah, usually an hour. So right now, we're doing that just so it's an easy remember, it's 3rd Thursday of the month. And if that works, you guys can all talk about that. But right now, like I said, we'd be looking at the 3rd week of August. And the only time we say we're going to skip this month if there's nothing on the agenda. And that's more so what we find in the winter, don't you? Like January, February, because we close construction for installation of septic systems December 15th to April 1st. So we may still get some perk tests to do and some design, but most of the time it gets really quiet as far as variances that meet the board during those months. But if you think of anything that you'd want the board to know, just even shoot me an email and say, hey, do you mind throwing this on the agenda? We can talk and put it on. Just like we could definitely put the discussion of dogs on the beach for next month, and I'll make sure that's on the agenda for you. And I'll do some homework in the meantime so that I actually know what we're talking about regarding the dogs on the beach.
Yeah, I would like to know
yeah.
what that
Yeah,
final thing was.
Let me do that.
The 18th?
Is that the 3rd Thursday?
Yeah, that's the way I
Okay.
look at
Let me
it.
look.
3rd Thursday is the 18th.
August. Okay, so August 18th. Yep. So that's up to, if everybody wants to do it, we can schedule that at 2 p.m. and we would just plan it and I would let you know. So we have to post these meetings, the public meetings 24 hours in advance. So usually they'd be posted by 2 o'clock on Tuesday. And so if nothing is on any agenda by, if I have nothing usually by Monday, I would email you guys, say, hey, there's nothing on the agenda, and usually we would just cancel that meeting if there's nothing on there.
Did you get a call from anyone regarding the use of Pitta Hall to kitchen to make food commercially?
I did not, unless Ginger did, but we
Oh.
wouldn't anyways. Probably, well, depends. Is it a one-time thing, like a rest, like?
No, someone approached me and asked me, they said they knew of someone, this person is on the board of Pitta, and they said someone approached them and they wanted to know if they could use the kitchen.
So the kitchen is a commercial kitchen under a commissary,
Yeah.
so that they would be able to, there wouldn't be an issue there if they did. We inspect it and we license that kitchen, so if somebody was to do that, there isn't an issue.
So they wanted to use it to sell products to the public. Would they be able to do that? And I said that they would need to talk to you.
Yeah, they would have to talk just to see what they're selling, what they're doing, how, if they,
Yeah.
all that. But yes, they could have with her. She's on vacation this week, so
Yeah,
I could
so
ask
I
her.
said, so I didn't know whether, I haven't seen that person since, so I didn't know whether they had talked to you about that. I said, I thought it would be okay, but I wanted to make
It is, as
sure.
long as they're certified and licensed and all that. Yeah, that wouldn't be a
Yeah.
problem. So yeah, like I said, I can ask her on that. It spoke to her, but she would direct them in the right way anyways if they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, besides that,
Okay.
quite
All
it.
right.
So, yeah, I had a complaint this morning on the island, so I took care of that. It was just basically, what happens a lot is on the island, we get a lot of complaints on the island with, we have some, because it's short-term rentals, so a lot of times, like, the short-term rental, a lot of trash would be left on the side of a building or something like that. So that was, a notice went out today to have the owner, clean up that area where it looks like something's getting into the trash there and stuff like that. So, but nothing Nothing exciting on Hillwood right now.
Yeah.
Everything's been quiet and good, and people are out there enjoying finally. And
My big problem right now on Plum Island, as a resident of Plum Island, and I understand this is happening everywhere, it's not just on Plum Island, is the motorcycles. They, for some reason, and I would think with the cost of gas, it would, I don't understand it. We've become a destination now. So people are coming in droves, and I'm talking about groups of 4 to 6, motorcycles at a time, just going up and down Northern Boulevard, or Southern Boulevard for that matter. I don't live on Southern Boulevard. And they just seem to, and they don't do it just once or twice. For some reason, maybe they didn't see every house or every detail or every door or every window the first time. They have to do it several times. And then, of course, when they get to the middle of the island where the Newburyport town line marker is, which happens to be at my house, they have to gun. They have to gun their engines at that point. So, of course, the person who lives there does not appreciate that. And I think, oh my God, how long is this going to last? Oh, God. But I understand that I'm not the only person now. My neighbor who lives in back of me says she has a buffer, which is me, So that's the only way she stands up for it. But I understand that a lot of people are going through the same thing. I don't know what it is. They bought these during the pandemic. Is that what it is?
yeah, maybe
You
they're
hope you
enjoying.
don't have a motorcycle.
Do you want to adjourn? I'll shut the video off.
Okay, but then, do you have any other?
Any questions? So welcome. So
Yeah, welcome, I hope you.
So, you want a motion to adjourn?
Yeah, but do you want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Okay. All right. So
It's
whoever wants to run
2:27.
up there
Let me
and-
just shut that off.
Yeah.